sad news that I received over His Grace Pitambar Priya Prabhu from Tempe, Arizona. His Nanaji get involved into the car accident at age 85, rushed down to the ICU. But after 3-4 days, Pitambar Priya Prabhu's Nanaji has left the world. So I humbly request every one of us to pray for the departed soul, so Krishna can grant his mercy to engage Prabhu's Nanaji in the eternal service of the divine couple. So here is our 30 seconds for the prayer. Thank you very much. Also, I would like to welcome Rajkumar Sonak Prabhu, who joined today. If Prabhuji wants, he can share his contact number so we can stay in touch if you so desire. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful today was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari Mataji, I.V. Gautam, Ravi Pipilia, Vrajeshwari Priya Devi Dasi, Govinda Gita Devi Dasi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Kasturi Manjari Mataji, Sistastika Devi Dasi, Parmeshwari Devi Dasi, Adi Gopal Prabhu, Amol and Smita Panchpande, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, Giri Vardhari Prabhu, Shriya Devi Dasi, Sitala Priya Devi Dasi, Suchinandan Krishna Prabhu, Manani Mataji, Hanuman Prabhu, Pratmaj Prabhu, Nadia Kumar Prabhu joined late, Samant and Shastika, Leela Manjurai Mataji, Raga Bhakti Devi Dasi, Shrivanangi Syam Devi Dasi and Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu, Shugan Raj Prabhu, Aradhana Devi Dasi, Janki Khan Prabhu, Labanga Latika Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Manmathanan Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Parmanand Hari Prabhu, Nandan Priya Mataji, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodarati Mataji, Shrekha and Pankaj Gupta, Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devi Dasi, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Devyansan Saloni, Vraj Vinod Prabhu and Anand Vinodini Mataji, Priyanka Mataji, Rukmini Priya Devi Dasi joined very early today, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Namanan Prabhu, Prem Vinodini Mataji, Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Ganga Devi Dasi also joined early, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhi Mataji, Rajendra Prabhu, Sweti Prabhu, Vijay Keshav Prabhu, Amal Atman Prabhu, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Tulsi Priya Devi Dasi, Jai Govind Prabhu, Bhadra Bharati Mataji, Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu, Sarvatarak Prabhu, Amal Nam Prabhu, Barsanarani Mataji, Govind Mohini Devi Dasi, Krita Lakshan Prabhu and Matangi Gopi Mataji. I'm waiting to see Radhika can join one day. Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Kamal Priya Mataji, Karunamai Mataji, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Shukruti Devi Dasi, Kamini Priya Mataji, Sankarsan and Manjari, Sundari Leela Mataji, Prem Tarangini Devi Dasi, Sarmishta Sahi, Mamta Mataji, Balram Prabhu, राधा वल्लभ प्रभु, श्याम सुंदर प्रभु, हरि कथा देवीदासी, रसा केदा प्रभु, आनंद राधिका माता जी, पीताम्बर प्रिया प्रभु, अद्वैत प्रभु, राजेश एंड श्वेता, चिंतामणि देवीदासी, अमित प्रभु एंड प्रेम प्रिया पद्मा माता जी, सुचित्रा देवीदासी, श्री कुमार प्रभु, पूर्वी परमार माता जी, कांता माता जी, रश्मि माता जी, Sisa Kapoor Mataji joined early today before 4:30. Haribol. Shrikant Ji, Shrikant Survase Prabhu, Nissan Sharma, Lekha Mataji, I didn't, maybe I may have missed it. Rati Prabhu, Nitya Navli Devidasi, Priya Kishori Devidasi, Neeraj Srivastav Prabhu, Priya Kishori Devidasi, Prafulla Anand Madhav Prabhu, Gayatri joined today, and Rajkumar, as I say, Rajkumar Sonak Prabhu. So let's hear the wonderful song before we'll read from the Jaiva Dharma book. Hare Krishna.
Hari Haraya Namo Krishna Jadavaya Namo Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namo Hari Haraya Namo Krishna Jadavaya Namo Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namo Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Sri Rupa Sri Sanatan Bhatto Raghunath Sri Jiv Gopal Bhatto Das Raghunath Sri Rupa Sri Sanatan Bhatto Raghunath Sri Jiv Gopal Bhatto Das Raghunath এই ছয় গোসাইর করি চরণ বন্দন যাহা হইতে বিঘ্ন নাশ অভীষ্ট পূরণ এই ছয় গোসাইর করি চরণ বন্দন যাহা হইতে বিঘ্ন নাশ অভীষ্ট পূরণ এই ছয় গোসাই যার মুই তার দাস তা সবার পদরে মোর পঞ্চগ্রাস এই ছয় গোসাই যার মুই তার দাস তা সবার পদরে মোর পঞ্চগ্রাস তাদের চরণ সেবী ভক্ত সনিবাস জনমে জনমে হয় এই অভিলাষ তাদের চরণ সেবী ভক্ত সনিবাস জনমে জনমে হয় এই অভিলাষ এই ছয় গোসাই যবে ব্রজে কৈলাবাস রাধা কৃষ্ণ নিত্য লীলা করিলা প্রকাশ আনন্দে বল হরি ভজ বৃন্দাবন শ্রী গুরু বৈষ্ণব পদে মজায় আমন আনন্দে বল হরি ভজ বৃন্দাবন শ্রী গুরু বৈষ্ণব পদে মজায় আমন শ্রী গুরু বৈষ্ণব পাদ পদ্ম করিয়াস নাম সংকীর্তন কহে নরোত্তম দাস শ্রী গুরু বৈষ্ণব পাদ পদ্ম করিয়াস নাম সংকীর্তন কহে নরোত্তম দাস হরি হরায় নম কৃষ্ণ যাদবায় নম যাদবায় মাধবায় কেশবায় নম হরি হরায় নম কৃষ্ণ যাদবায় নম যাদবায় মাধবায় কেশবায় নম হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song by Narottam Das Thakur, our great Acharya. Prabhupada used to say every song that Narottam Das Thakur has sung, we should accept as the Vedas. And also, I would like to say that I always tell devotees that when something comes, we must perform the austerity. So Krishna gave me a chance that I was really worried that today I will miss my japa call because my flight was so late. But somehow or other I reached my home at 1:37 a.m. I right away did the brush and take shower. And I was able to join by Guru and Krishna Mercy at 1:57. And I know that I was struggling in the beginning because it was a really hectic day. And then the body was not cooperating. But I think as I continued chanting, then later on the journey was satisfied, I think. But at least it's so nice to see that Krishna, I was thinking that flight was even, landed after that. It's on the runway for some time. And I said, man, I'm going to wish 2:00. But somehow or other it didn't. Krishna is so kind. So now I feel so fresh, even though I don't have sleep at all whole night. But it's now I'm really, really awakened. So let's hear Jaiva Dharma book. Sri Nityananda Babaji has asked, which we read the other day, that why do they not desire for death? What pleasure is there to remain alive in this body? Only after death can one, by the mercy of Sri Krishna, become eternally situated in one's swarup, eternal spiritual identity. So Haridas Babaji is responding, quote, all their aspirations are obedient to the will of Sri Krishna. Thus, they do not have any wish which is not Krishna's wish. Having realized that all events in their life occur on the express wish of Krishna, their lives are surrender and they have no need to express any independent desire. So that's where we stop for the day. So we will continue. Sri Nityananda's Babaji, quote, I now have a proper understanding of the symptoms of the Madhyama Adhikari Bhaktas. Is an Uttama Adhikari Bhakta seen to have any Guna symptoms? Say Haridas Babaji, quote, if at all Guna symptoms are to be discerned, then they are the natural activities of his body. And even these bodily activities are so subservient to the demands of his Krishna Prem that such Guna symptoms are practically impossible to identify. Sri Nityanandas Babaji, quote, Revered Master, I know that Kanistha Adhikari Bhaktas are not encouraged to leave family and home. The Madhyama Adhikari Bhakta can be both in household life and in the renounced order. But can an Uttama Adhikari Bhakta be in a household life? Haridas Babaji, quote, these three grades, Kanistha, Madhyama, and Uttama, are assigned according to the level of bhakti. However, elevation to one of these grades does not depend upon whether one is a grahastha or a sannyasi. A Uttama Adhikari Bhakta devotee can very well be in grahastha life. All the devotees of Braj are grahasthas, and yet They are the most elevated Uttamadhikari Bhaktas. Many amongst the most intimate associates of our beloved Srimati Sriman Mahaprabhu are Grahastha Bhaktas. And again, they are Uttamadhikaris. Srila Ramanand Roy is an illustrated example. So Nityanandas Babaji asks, Dear Master, how then should a Madhyama Adhikari Bhakta in the Sannyas order and an Uttama Adhikari Bhakta in Grihastha life behave toward each other? It's so nice question, huh? That's why it says that any human being can ask any question. It is in this book. Say Haridas Babaji, Vaishnava etiquette demands that a lower order bhakta offer prostrate obeisances to the more elevated bhakta. This stipulation applies specifically to the Madhyama Adhikari bhakta because the Uttama Adhikari bhakta does not expect or demand any respect or obeisances for himself, for he sees the presence of the Supreme Lord within every living entity. Sri Nityanandas Babaji, is it the duty of Vaishnavas to assemble in a large group and make arrangement for Mahotsavs, festivals, to honor the Bhagavad Prasad, sanctified food, remnants of the Lord? Sri Haridas Babaji, quote, in the course of some work, if many Vaishnavas come together and a Madhyama Adhikari Garhastha Vaishnava desire to offer them prasadam, there can be no objections from a spiritual standpoint. However, care must be taken not to make the affair excessively elaborate and ostentatious. Then the whole endeavor may become mundane, colored by the material modes of passion. Certainly, it is recommended that one should invite pure Vaishnavas and with care and affection serve them prasadam. Such observance manifests a real love and respect for the pure Vaishnavas. Sri Nityanandas Babaji, quote, in our village, Badagachi, a caste called Vaishnava Sanatan, the children of the Vaishnavas has sprung up. The Kanishta Vaishnavas of the village invite them for prasadam and call it Vaishnava Seva, serving the Vaishnava. Is this correct? Say Haridas Babaji. Have this Vaishnava Sanatan attained Shuddha Bhakti? Sri Nityanandas Babaji. I do not see the symptom of a Shuddha Bhakti in any of them. They introduce themselves simply as Vaishnavas, and some of them even wear the linen cloth of the renunciate, even though they are householders. Sri Haridas Babaji, I am at a loss to explain why such practices are becoming prevalent. Certainly, they are undesirable. I can only summarize that it is happening because the Kanishta Bhaktas are unable to discern who is true Vaishnava. Sri Nityanandas Babaji, should the Vaishnava Sanatan caste command a special position of honor? Sri Haridas Babaji, honor is for those who are actually true Vaishnavas. If the Vaishnava Sanatan members are Shuddha Bhaktas, then they should be offered honor according to their individual level of Shuddha Bhakti. Sri Nityanandas Babaji, what if the Vaishnava Sanatan members are simply a community of ordinary people in material society, Sri Haridas Babaji, then they should be respected according to their status in material society, and certainly not honored in the same way as true Vaishnavas, or even he considered two Vaishnavas. Always try to remember the instructions of Sriman Mahaprabhu regarding Vaishnava behavior in the third verse of the Sistastaka. Tranod api sunichena, toror api sahisnuna, amadhina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. One should not expect any honor for oneself, but must be ready to offer respect to everyone, each according to his spiritual elevation. A Vaishnava must be accorded the respect and honor due to a Vaishnava. One who is not a Vaishnava must be shown the proper respect becoming for a human being. If a devotee fails to develop this attitude of offering appropriate respect to all, then the eligibility to chant Harinam purely and constantly is not born. Sri Nityanandas Babaji, how does one give up the aspiration for respect? Haridas Babaji, one must relinquish false pride and not proudly think, I'm a Brahmana, I'm accomplished, I'm well versed in the Shastras, I'm a Vaishnava, I'm a renounced person, etc. One must never even dream of receiving any respect because of such qualities. People may well offer respect, but one should simply acknowledge that one is unworthy, insignificant, indigent, and humbler than a blade of grass. I remember that I think one time when His Holiness Ramapat Swami Maharaj was, some devotees were asking about that you should take sannyas. And Ramapat Swami Maharaj was hesitant to accept the sannyas order of life. And Maharaj was thinking, he revealed to the devotees that actually when he saw that all the sannyasis were getting, a lot of respect, people bow down whenever they see. And Maharaj was thinking that that is not proper. So that's why Maharaj was reluctant. But I think then one of the Vaishnavas mentioned to Ramapat Swami Maharaj that actually when anybody offers respect to us, we should see that they are respecting Krishna within us, not our body. And then Ramapat Swami Maharaj was satisfied with their answer and accepted their request to take sannyas order of life. So here, Sri Nityananda Das Babaji, indeed, by your words, I can understand that without dainya, humility, and daya, compassion, one cannot be a Vaishnava. Sri Haridas Babaji, quite true. So, what happened to that page? Two pages are stick together. So, wow, okay. Sri Nityananda Babaji, does this indicate that Bhakti Devi, the goddess of Shuddha Bhakti, is dependent upon humility and compassion? Sri Haridas Babaji, Bhakti Devi is independent. She is herself beauty personified as the most valuable jewel. She does not require support from any other excellences. Dainya and Daya are not separate or independent excellences, but inherent to the very character of Bhakti Devi herself. When the devotee feels, I'm an eternal servant of the Krishna, without possessions and penniless, and Sri Krishna is everything to me, the emotion experience is dainya. Essentially, bhakti is the bhav of tender affection for Krishna, while tender affection for other living entities, who are all seen as eternal servitor of the Lord, is daya. Therefore, both danya and daya are naturally embodied in bhakti. Kshama, forgiveness, is a bhav between dainya and daya. When the bhav of dainya, I'm wretched and lonely, how could I be the judge and punisher of anyone? Mingles with the bhav of daya, then the feeling of kshama is produced. Therefore, kshama is also inherent of bhakti. Sri Krishna, the jiva, the subservience of the jiva to Sri Krishna, and the unwanted sojourn of the materially conditioned jiva within this mundane world are all satya, truth. Therefore, bhakti must also be satya, because all these truths are based upon the relationship between Krishna and the jiva, which is in essence bhakti. Hence, we see that satya, dainya, daya, and kshama are all intrinsic to the very nature of Bhakti Devi. Sri Nityananda's Babaji, how should the Vaishnava behave with persons of other system of Dharma? Sri Haridas Babaji, Srimad Bhagavatam 1:226 states, Narayana kalah santa bhajanti hi ansuya vaha. Saintly personalities who are fully peaceful and free of the propensity to enviously criticize others worship the all blissful form of the Supreme Lord Sri Narayana and his plenary portions. Actually, there is no dharma other than Vaishnava dharma. All other religious propagated in the world, including those to be propagated in the future years, factually comprise different steps upon the ascension to Vaishnava Dharma, or alternatively, they are deviation from the essential Vaishnava Dharma. When another religion complements Vaishnava Dharma, the devotee should respect that religion in accordance with its degree of purity. Thus, the follower of those religions which actually constitute different stages on the path to pure Vaishnava Dharma must be accorded proper appreciation and respect. And on the other hand, whilst dealing with groups that had deviated from the pure Vaishnava Dharma, one must never bear malice but engage oneself in the culture of one's own devotional truth. Thus, devotees should never be hateful and show intolerance toward other religious practices. When the auspicious moment comes in a person's life, he will easily embrace pure Vaishnava Dharma. Of this, there is no doubt. So, Sri Nityananda Das Babaji, is it necessary to actively propagate Vaishnava Dharma? Sri Haridas Babaji, indeed, by all means, it is the duty of everyone to do so. Our beloved Lord Sriman Mahaprabhu has entrusted everyone with the responsibility to preach, as stated in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila 792 and 736. Nacha gao bhakta sange kare sankirtan Krishna Nam Upadesi Tara Sarvajan. My dear child, continue dancing, chanting, and performing Sankirtan in association with devotees. Furthermore, go out and preach the value of chanting Krishna Nam, for by this process you will be able to deliver all fallen souls. Ateva ami agna dilun sabakare yahan tahan prema phala deha yaratare. Therefore, I order every man within this universe to accept this Krishna consciousness movement and distribute it everywhere. However, one should remember that an unworthy candidate must first be made qualified before one instruct him in the glories of Krishna Nam. In certain situations, for instance, in speaking to inimical persons, upeksha is required. And so one should not speak anything that might spark up bitter controversy and thus cause impediments in the preaching work. The nectarian words of Sri Haridas Babaji had a wonderful effect upon Sri Nityananda Das Babaji. He began to roll upon the ground, overcome with joy, prema. The assembled Vaishnavas broke out into loud chanting of Krishna Nam, and all paid prostrate obeisances to Sri Haridas Babaji. Therefore, the meeting in that secluded group broke up and everyone gradually went away to their individual dwellings. Thus ends the 8th chapter of Jaiva Dharma, entitled Nitya Dharma and Vaishnava Behavior. So from tomorrow, we will start the new chapter, chapter 9, Nitya Dharma and Material Science and Civilization. A wonderful topic to be looked forward to hear some detail on this subject matter. So with those thoughts, we should feel very, very happy, jubilant, and should remain totally fearless. And whoever we come across, we should give them a kind word that their life can also become successful, joyful, and totally fearless. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the dusk of this wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavi who take so much austerity every morning to join and support our sadhana from Houston, from India, from New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Alachua, Austin, College Station, San Jose, Toronto, Phoenix, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Brampton, and New Orleans. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhuvaya vacha. Pati